Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanna and this is Joanna Budgets. I wanted to jump on and make a quick video about the trial, which is coming up. I don't think that I have announced exactly when it's going to be. The trial should start September 23rd. Today, I'm recording this video on September 2nd. You will probably see this video on September 6th. It's been a lot, so I haven't really posted much on YouTube. I post several things on TikTok. I get kind of petty. I'm not gonna lie. I get kind of petty on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, and you probably only can see my main account. I have other accounts. One of them, it's called Truth Teller 81 or something like that, and I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty petty on that one. But when you've gone through something like this and you have a lot of anger, PTSD, depression, and anxiety and things like that, you kind of can lose your, flip your top, basically. So mentally, I've not really been okay, and I think that's one of the reasons why I have not posted much about the trial on YouTube. I want to try to keep YouTube light and fun and, going in the right direction. But it's a lot to take in when the defense's family, girlfriends, whatever these people are to him, post video after video. They get other people that aren't even related to them that call themselves private investigators or what have you. They all get involved and they start spreading lies. They start spreading hate and discontent. They try to smear your name. They try to smear the unalived person's name in the mud just to make this other person look innocent. It takes a toll on you. And sure, we could remove ourselves from social media, and we have done that multiple times. But for me, with my the way that my brain works is if I don't know what's happening and then all of a sudden I go to court and I'm blindsided by what has been said or done, it would throw me a lot farther than if I knew what was coming at me. I know what I'm up against. I've seen their dirty, rotten tricks, so I know what I'm at, or what I'm up against, basically. I think I'm moving the camera, and I apologize if it's wiggling. But I wanted to go ahead and say, that's going to be a long week. It's going to be mentally challenging and mentally abusing, basically. It's going to be tough. So basically what they're claiming is it was self-defense. And in the state of Ohio, you have a stand your ground law where, pardon me, stand your ground, self-defense laws, those kind of things. Well, they're trying to claim that this case is self-defense. And while maybe he was afraid because so many people did show up that day to help her move out of her home, the police had told him to stay in the house. There's a dispatch call, and they literally told him, just stay in the house, police are on the way, or whatever. And the police were on the way. Well, he doesn't come out once, but he comes out twice. The second time is when he unalived my brother-in-law. And my thing is if you're afraid for your life, No one is banging down the door to get in. Why do you walk outside and pew somebody? It makes no sense. It's not self-defense. And if they win this case on the self-defense, anybody and everybody will think, oh, it's perfectly legal to take somebody out just because they're standing in my yard. And that's just not how it works. Stand your ground, self-defense. You don't get to just take somebody out just because they're standing on your front lawn. You literally have to be physically in harm's way, or somebody breaking down your door to get to you. Nobody was even on the porch. Now their claims are, and this is all public. This has all been already put in the public eye on TikTok. Their claims are that, my brother-in-law was on the porch, John was at his door. That's what they're claiming. My brother-in-law was charging him. He had his weapon drawn, things like that. That's what they're claiming, because that's what they're saying the person that unalived my brother-in-law has said. Regardless of what the 6 adults and 2 children have said in our statements, it's just not what happened. So we have to go to court and through this trial and prove what they're saying is false and what we're saying is fact. So it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be probably one of the hardest things that I'll ever have to go through. But the hardest part for me is that the defense has not taken into account that the children were there that day. Instead, he's going to use that to what he thinks is his advantage and put my child and my sister's child, who both witnessed what happened, on the stand. The prosecutor said that he would try to keep them off the stand as much as possible because they don't like to do that to children. But this defense attorney doesn't care. He's going to take my child and he's going to put my child on the stand, and I'm worried that he's going to go at him like lawyers do. And hoping Mama Bear can keep her composure, because I really don't need to go to jail for contempt of court that day. My husband will be there holding my hand, supporting me. He took the week off from work, so we should be okay. The whole family's pretty much going to be there, so we should be okay. But I think it's going to be really hard watching my child be on the stand. And I know it's going to be hard for him. So pray for us. It's going to be a rough week. This is going to be a rough month, period. So my mother, my father, they both have birthdays, and then they have their anniversary. My number 7 grandbaby was just born August 31st. She came 3 or 4 weeks early. She's fine. Emery Rose. There's just a lot going on right now. So I just wanted to make sure that I updated everybody, because it's been a minute since I've updated. I haven't seen some of my followers commenting my usuals. I think I've lost them. But so if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, you might want to go back and look at some of my older videos from February, March, April, May. There's probably some stuff, and then I've got shorts that are kind of explaining some stuff as well. But to recap On February 17th, I left my home with my child in tow, met my mother, my daughter, at my mother's house. We caravaned to South Webster, Ohio. Not South Webster, Scioto County, Ohio. I don't know what the name of the city was. Lyra Run Road in Scioto County, Ohio. We met her at a gas station, my niece and my brother-in-law, at the gas station. Followed her to her home. She'd just been assaulted the night before by her boyfriend that she lived with. She had permission to live in the home. And got there, he changed the locks. She called the police. Next thing you know, he comes out, pews my brother-in-law, and 5 days later my brother-in-law loses the battle against his 20 gauge buckshot to the chest and abdomen. So we all saw what we saw. My 10-year-old, he was 9 at the time, my 9-year-old son was standing right next to my 13-year-old nephew when it happened. My 18-year-old nephew watched his father get pew-pewed, and my mother was there, my daughter was there, 2 of my grandsons were there. They were in the car sleeping in their car seats. My 3 great nieces and my great nephew, and we were all there. There's 15 people there. One of us didn't make it out. All because we wanted to help move my niece out of an abusive situation. And he's using the self-defense line because her dad, like all dads, said, if you harm my daughter, supposedly, this is all alleged, he's alleging that her dad made the typical dad statement, if you harm my daughter, I'll harm you. I mean, I didn't witness that conversation. There's no conversation in paper or in a text or in a video. It's just he said, she said type conversation. So I can't say here nor there if it actually happened or not. But apparently they're claiming that he's also made several threats that morning, and we haven't seen those threats. We'll see. Everything's going to come out in court. We'll see. So, pray for us. This month will be hard. It will be very hard. And I honestly am not looking forward to it. I have an event Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week. And next weekend is the flea market. And then immediately after that is the Apple Festival. And so then the week after the Apple Festival is the trial, thankfully. So, and then the Saturday after the trial, I'm set up in Hocking Hills for one day. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Woohoo! So pray for us, because we're going to need it. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening. I know it was long, but it's something that needed to be said, and I know you needed to hear it. Well, I don't know if you needed to hear it, but anyway, pray for us. That's what I need, is prayers. I need all your prayers, or your good vibes, or whatever you do, your juju of your choice. Alright guys, thank you so much. As always, I love you, and I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye.